Okay, everyone, I now have a different reaction video. I'm going to react to something that is more like a personal issue than anything else. This video is called Do All Teen Mums Think the Same? This is by the Jubilee channel. They have a lot of social experiments and such. The reason why I picked this is because, well, I have a little bit of confession to make here. I got some phobia against young parents, and especially young mums. So it has gotten better during the years, and the reason why I come forward with this is that I'm aware of it, and I want people to confront me about it. Is it irrational, or do I have some reason behind it that is justifiable? Maybe there's something that I need to change, and maybe there's something that needs to change in amongst young parents generally. Maybe it's a society thing. I don't know. But yeah, I decided to react to this video instead of just watching it. So yeah, let's get to it, I guess. Full screen, I guess.
What's up, good humans? Welcome to another episode. You guys requested this one a lot. Thank you, Yasmin Rubio.
We hope you guys enjoy.
In Texas, it's abstinence, abstinence, abstinence. They told us in the health class just not to have sex. It's hard. I mean, every guy's nightmare is getting their girlfriend pregnant, and sometimes it comes true.
There's a lot to uncover on that thing she said there. Let's see what is going to happen here.
I consider an abortion. 3, 2, 1, go.
This is going to be different from people to people. Yeah. Yeah, generally like this.
My first thought was like, I'll get an abortion, I'll go to Planned Parenthood. In the end, when it came down to it, I realized that I couldn't do that. I understand how other people need to make that choice, but yeah, I did totally consider it.
Why put yourself in that situation in the first place? It seems a little strange to me.
I really had to think about the other women in my life that have had children. For me, the first thought that came to my mind was my mom, because she tried so hard to have a baby, and if I were to have an abortion after that, it's almost like disrespecting all the work she put in. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have this baby, and then really it came down to, am I gonna do adoption or am I gonna be a mom?
That's a little bit of a false equivalency fallacy, so to speak, because there wasn't a given that this young woman wanted a child in the first place.
I planned this pregnancy. A lot of people might think,
19 years old, planned pregnancy. Is she crazy? Sorry.
otherwise, and just be like, she's just saying that because she doesn't want people to think the baby was an accident. I can't choose for other people. You guys have your own choice, but there's so many ways you can prevent a pregnancy.
Yeah, not participating in penetrative sex. It's actually really easy. But yeah, sure, if people can't abstain for something like that, there are many other types of prevention out there.
You could have done it beforehand instead of once the baby's already in there and trying to kill off a heartbeat, because the baby has a heartbeat on his 4th week, and that's usually when everybody finds out they're pregnant. I don't have a...
Yeah. Usually there's a lot of feelings coming when you feel something is growing inside of you, and that's a hotly disputed thing amongst women, because some people think that it's only religious when it comes to people having a problem with it, but I see the science is mixed on this.
choice for other people, so I mean, everybody has their own choice, but personally I'm against it.
I was educated on birth control methods before getting pregnant. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, this is also going to differ. More went to disagree than agree here, actually. Makes sense, because the one going to strongly agree here was, she said she planned the kid.
The way it happened with me, I mean, I grew up in
No, it wasn't. Or was it? Okay.
really like Christian household. So like it was always taught like abstinence, and like my parents didn't even know that like I was having sex. And I mean, I was using like condoms, but obviously I was naive that that was gonna like work in the long run, which it doesn't. I mean, I knew that.
Yeah, that is the thing. One thing is that condoms is about 98% secure. So it's not given that you won't not get pregnant by using condoms. And again, what is the problem with having other types of sex where you don't get pregnant? I just don't see it.
There were options out there, but it was something that was never like explained to me that I could get this so that I won't get pregnant.
Yeah, that is a huge issue because sex education is a huge taboo so many places, and it shouldn't be.
I'm from Texas, and in Texas, it's abstinence, abstinence, abstinence. They told us in the health class just not to have sex.
I have mixed feelings about this. On one hand, they should teach them about prevention. On another hand, if they've been told so much to abstain, why do they?
So I honestly didn't know pregnancy was so common. I thought, like, it just happened sometimes when you had sex.
Yeah, and it's something that you should know. If you're your age, you're way more fertile than like older people who struggle getting pregnant. It happens among younger people too, but it's not as common.
Sometimes you would get pregnant. I really do think that that should be very mandatory in school, starting in like middle school.
Earlier, middle school, that's too late. Very early on, children should learn about what sex is. They should learn about love. They should learn about relationships. It makes it easier to avoid children getting raped, for example. It can also increase the, I'd rather say reduce the likelihood of child pregnancy.
Yeah, I totally agree. I live in the mountains and it's really conservative up there. The schools are really small. I look at like my boyfriend's little sister, she's gonna be 12, and some of the girls in her grade are having sex, and she's in 6th grade.
Yeah, this is a huge issue. Exactly what I was talking about.
Information they're giving you in schools needs to adapt to where we are now in society, to where it's in the right grades, it's the appropriate information.
She seems intelligent, actually. I like her.
They're talking about things like the implant that are somewhat new, and they really need to just kind of adapt it to where we are now.
Yeah, I guess that is a very good idea, but yeah, there's definitely something about the education that needs to be better.
As teen moms, we need to take our kids and teach them everything they need to know from a young age. Like, I thought my mom was gonna be mad at me, so we need to be open so they're not like scared to come talk to us about something that's so normal.
Relationships change after you have a child.
Okay, everybody's going to the right?
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh. I didn't expect like someone to go to like somewhat agree to be like so okay.
I used to be like super outgoing in like high school in my classes and stuff. Being pregnant as like a college student, like there's many times that I feel more timid to speak because I feel like people judge me more.
Yeah, I'm not sure if like going and judging people is the right thing to do, but if people have some thoughts like with me, I think people like me should be challenged on our views actually.
I mean, maybe that's something I just have to work on, but like definitely like my relationship with myself has changed a lot.
I bet you can all relate. Like, you meet your baby for the first time and it's like life just shifts. Like, almost the glasses of like naiveness and childhood just kind of come off, and you see the world from like that point of view. Like, you just created a life. I cried immediately for my mom and how badly I treated her as a teenager before I had my daughter. And I cried for my sister, how I treated them. Teachers, all of the things that we were given and I was entitled to. Now, after having a kid, it all changed.
Yeah, two things to say here. So one is that I would agree that this is a thing that a lot of moms experience, and it's very real. On the other hand, so many people use this as like an argument for different things, but that's just like an appeal to nature fallacy. It's just a natural process that happens like through like the hormonal changes. Basically, mother instinct, I guess.
That just changed my mind.
Oh yeah.
Change.
I knew. I knew that everybody would be like far on the right on that one.
The hardest person to tell for me when I got pregnant was my brother. We're twins. Right now, he's getting ready to go to prom. He's a senior in high school, and he's doing all this stuff that I'm missing out on. I wouldn't take it back for anything, but telling him was the hardest because we've always been so close. We've always been the same age. We've always had the same friends. Now that my
Yeah, teens should not have children.
daughter's here and she's 4 months old, you know, he comes home from work and he's like, oh, hey, and he asks me to like hold her and stuff, and it's really great and I love it. So relationships do change for the better also.
Yeah, I would say for sure, like, my relationship with my mom has changed, like, drastically. Before I even got pregnant, like, we were close, but, like, not in the sense that we shared, like, something like motherhood with each other, because I think that just changes everything, that we now see what our parents went through and what our moms went through and how they felt.
Yeah, and I think that is like a prejudice mothers have towards women who are not mothers, or like to men for that matter. Something that really needs to change. Like, just because you have like a natural process going on inside in your brain doesn't mean that you're so kind of like special person for that matter.
Relationship I feel with my mom has like been really good because of my pregnancy. I mean, originally, like, of course she's disappointed in me, but then she's just like excited now to become grandma and stuff. Yeah.
My baby's father is still involved in our lives.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
2, 1, go.
Yeah, the thing is, this is the main reason why I don't like I like young dads either.
With my husband, he's kind of too involved. He's kind of like excluding me.
Oh, yeah, because when I was on with UK Vegan Family, I asked this question to Adam, because this is very common for men. It's not as common for women, but it does happen. I'm glad that I got this one woman here that feels the same way, that she feels like excluded and not feel like she gets enough attention and such. So I really like that one.
Yeah, like I could barely grab my baby when he's around. He was planned, but before it all happened, he was my fiance. Well, I do come from a Hispanic family, and also the religion, and you have to be married before having intercourse and having a kid. So we kept the baby a secret for 3 months, also to make sure he stuck before we told everybody. And we found out I was pregnant on a Wednesday, and I got married that Saturday.
What? Something here doesn't make sense. Okay, so you're in a Catholic family. You plan to have a child without being married, but you're engaged. How does this make sense? Why didn't wait to have the child after you get married? It's like, what the heck?
Yeah. So he's really, really involved.
That made absolutely no sense.
I just want to ask you, would you have gotten married if you weren't pregnant? Would you have gotten married that early, I should say, if you weren't pregnant?
We were planning to get married the month after.
Okay.
We were still going to get married this young. It's just, he came a little earlier.
Yeah, but you planned the child, but the child got earlier, and I mean, okay.
When I was 14, I got pregnant, and my boyfriend was 14 as well. And we had already broken up before I found out I was pregnant. So when I found out I was pregnant, his initial reaction was just like freaking out, get an abortion, even though you're 3 months along. And one of the first things he did was say I'm harassing him and blocked me.
Yeah, it's very easy for men to get away if somebody gets pregnant. It's like, if you don't want to have a woman get pregnant, well, you don't have to penetrate, you know? It's just so stupid.
We got a paternity test. He decided that I was some type of slut after I found out I was pregnant.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Even though he was the only person I had ever been with. And after the paternity test, the court introduced visitation. She was 10 months old, She was 10 months old, and she finally got to meet her dad, and the visitation kept up for a while, but recently he's been getting into fights, and I mean, he hasn't seen her in a few months, and I don't know if I want him in her life. I don't think it's healthy for her. I'd rather do it alone than with
Stupid young dads, exactly.
him at this point.
What you expect from a boyfriend and what you expect from a father are totally different things.
Yeah, like, she's stupid too, but not as stupid as he was.
Totally different things, and especially since men mature way slower.
Yeah, and in some level we do, but in other ways. Like, I remember when I was it like I guess it would be middle school, sort of, but Norway that's like between 13 and 16. I felt like the women tried to be more adult than they actually were. So yeah, it's like leaving being a child a little too early. It's basically what I felt back then. But in other ways, I see women doing way more silly things than men do actually in other fields.
Than girls.
Yeah.
100. And the fact that we carry them for 9 months and we're up late at night, if whether we breastfeed or we bottle feed or whatever, we are just so inclined to these little human beings. And for guys, you really have to be there to do that. And sometimes they don't want to be there or they can't be there for that.
They want to milk the teenage years, especially since they are still teenagers. They're still kids, and they want to go party. They want to live their lives. So sometimes it's
For me, it's just I don't feel I'm what can I say? I don't feel responsible enough. Like, I don't party. Well, not with alcohol, however. But I don't feel like I can take care of myself as well either. So yeah.
hard. I mean, every guy's nightmare is getting their girlfriend pregnant, and
it's very difficult not to do.
sometimes it comes true.
I would encourage other teens to have children.
If anybody goes to the right now, I'm just going to leave.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh. Good. Teens should not have children.
I feel like I wouldn't encourage them, not go up to the teen like, you should get pregnant. Hey, you should get pregnant. If that's their choice, that's their choice. If it could be prevented, if they feel like they're not ready, then just don't, because I miss my sleep.
Teens are not ready.
I think it's interesting to talk to you because you planned it.
Yeah, if someone came up to me, I wouldn't say yes or no. I would just be like, are you ready? And I would give them so many scenarios of, do you have a job? Are you ready for it? Are you mentally prepared for it? Some people are.
That's the funny
Yeah.
part. It's like everyone always thinks about the financials and they always think about, do you have a place and this and that. I'm like, I get it. Those are so incredibly huge, but like mentally,
state.
every parent that I've ever met, it's like, it's hard being a parent at any age.
Yeah.
So let alone figuring yourself out and then you're figuring out a little human being as well.
I think there's a huge difference between supporting teen moms and supporting teens to become moms.
Yeah.
I think there's a big difference between that.
100.
Yeah, I don't think people should support teens to become mothers. In like a perfect scenario, if nature was perfect, then I guess fertility wouldn't come to like mid-20s, because it's about age of 25 when the brain is fully developed. But sadly, you're actually the most fertile when you are in your teens, which I see as a very huge problem, and there is nothing we can do about that, not until we get like a very complicated science that can like regulate age or whatever.
100%.
I think people look at it and they see like what I post on Instagram and the stuff I post on Instagram, the things that I post on Facebook.
The perfect version of it.
It's not what being a mom is actually like, because it's, it's cute little pictures of my daughter in dresses, stuff like that, and that's not what being a mom is.
Yeah, it's very annoying. I've been bombarded with children photos a lot. It's not fun. If you're a mother, don't spam people with baby photos. Like, maybe have a photo once in a while, that's okay. Again, I've argued pedophilia with people, and they don't want... There are people who actually don't want children to walk naked around because of pedophiles might be able to take a photo of them. well, you're giving them something to masturbate to. Personally, I don't see any issue about somebody doing that as far as they don't tell anyone about it and don't act further on it. It's just fantasy and they're not harming anyone with it. But I don't think people want to know about it.
It's like,
Having a baby changed my life for the better. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, this is going to be people going each way, right? No! Okay. Oh, geez.
It's no longer like I'm just doing this for myself. I mean, I can't compare it to you guys yet because I don't have my baby yet, but like, I mean, it's as simple as getting up and going to my class, but I have a whole new motivation to do something as simple as that. And
I don't think this is due to rational thinking. I just think this is mother instinct, actually.
strive for my best, so.
The hard times became beautiful because at the end of every long cry that I had before her, I had her. And I had, you know, our future to dream about. I'm over here going through some of the hardest things and just, she gave me a whole new perspective. So no, it didn't get easier, but she turned everything, bad and good, better.
Okay, I want hugs.
Yeah. Instinctual, I guess. I hope this music is not copyrighted.
No, it's annoying.
No, it's okay. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Can you say hi? Look, where's the babies?
She likes it.
Huggy. Where's the babies? Hi, baby.
Honestly, I just love when we feature very, very different types of people and people that you would maybe never interact with or even run into in your daily life.
Yeah, I guess that's it. So, I don't think this video actually changed my mind about teens. My view on teen mothers has gotten slightly better over the last couple of years. But still, I feel like this dreadful feeling whenever I see some teen mums. But a couple of the mums there was actually a little bit better at reflecting than the rest of them. But generally, I have this huge phobia, and I want people to confront me on this. So if anybody wants to talk to me about this, feel free to do so. Because I don't know. I just think there's a lot of things to focus on. So surely we should educate about prevention. But I just think people are stupid because you don't have to penetrate to have sex. So yeah, it's just very weird to me. And like, this is also something that I also thought about. Like, sometimes I just wish I was gay because the all the pressure of penetration wouldn't be there. If somebody feels it's strange because it has its own issues by being gay, it's like, yeah, but keep in mind, I live in the eastern part of Norway. It's not really that big of a deal anymore. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and tell me what you think about this.